what's up everybody, Persyst here, and in this video I'm gonna show you how I cut my own hair. Basically, I'm gonna go from something like this to something like this. Test, test, test. So if you've ever wanted to cut your own hair but have been too afraid to, keep watching. So, to start off, I have my clipper, XL2 from Andis. I bought it off of bestclippers.com, I think it is. Highly recommend you get something like this if you want to do this on a regular basis, because if you get the straight plastic ones, like $50 ones, the hair gets all up in there and it's really annoying. This, I have metal ones, they come all the way off. These are the ones that the barbers use, I believe. I got my scissors for later on, and I have different attachments. Well, I'll go through them as I progress. So, gonna start it off. This is a 1-inch clip, and I'm just gonna cut the sides right now. So here we go, no fear. I've done this for a couple of years, you know, made mistakes in the past, but you learn from that. The hair's pretty thick right now, so it's gonna take a bit of time to get all this done. And since I know that I want to go with a shorter than 1-inch fade, I'm not worried about going too high, or I guess pressing too hard on the head. Like, I'm not trying to fade anything right now. It's just going about up to this line, this point. So it's gonna go all the way around. One important other tool, you gotta have a second mirror. If you don't have a second mirror, this is gonna be pretty tough to do. I'm gonna use this as I'm working my way around to the back of my head. Kind of right now, I'm gonna start doing that. For anyone curious, I'm just dropping this hair onto a towel that's above my sink, trying to keep this as easy cleanup as possible, because if you don't, the hair is gonna get everywhere and it just makes it a real pain to clean up later. So try to keep this as neat as you can as you're going. It's not like the barbershop where it just all drops to the nice spacious floor and you could just sweep it up in 2 seconds. If you're doing this in your house, you probably got rugs or something in the bathroom like I do. It's not really looking like much yet, but just gotta keep going. This is pretty long, actually. I think I cut it last year, about this time. Let's take the scissors to it a little bit, because you're gonna find it's hard to work with the blades if your hair's kind of too long. I'm just gonna cut this away. I'm going to the furthest point that I could see without having to grab the second mirror. Now I will grab the mirror, and I'm just kind of snipping back here. Let's see on this side, trying to get a feel for what I can take away right now. Definitely, you don't want to do this too fast. I think, especially if you're going for the first time. It's hair, so it's gonna grow back, but if you go a little bit slow at first, just trying to see where your hair is gonna end up going, you'll get an idea of where you need to clip it more or kind of stop and work on somewhere else. So let's see if it works better now. All right, so I'm gonna kind of just pull this here. Since I don't want to cut the top too short, or short at all really, I'm gonna ease up when I go with this to the top. I'm pressing on my scalp here, but up here I'm kind of easing off of it. I'm not gonna touch anything really on the top at all at this point, because I wanna see how long I could leave it. So my idea at the moment is just cut the sides pretty short and then see how long I like the top. For the record, I'm not by any means a professional barber. Cutting my own hair is just something that I got into in high school, and I just like the idea of doing it. I don't have to worry about a barber. I don't have to worry about finding my favorite barber who knows what I like. I could do this at any time of the day, midnight, 2 in the morning, usually I would say 8 in the morning. Only for work do I wake up that early. So yeah, there's no time restriction, so it's kind of cool that you can just say, hey, I feel like cutting my own hair right now, so let's do it. As long as you got the clipper, the mirror, you're good to go. I'm just gonna shorten this part a little bit, just going down to 3/4 before I get into metal blades. So maybe I'll come with the 3/4 like somewhere around here, like that. So I'm pushing in and then just easing it off of my scalp about right here. Just pushing it gently on my scalp and then lifting it right about there. They're all just guidelines. Nothing is a hard and fast rule, and I'm happy with the results that I'm able to get with cutting my own hair, so that's why I keep doing it. You get to save money, and if I was cutting my own hair and I didn't like the results, then that would kind of defeat the purpose of doing it. So you gotta be happy with the results that you're getting. But you only can get those results by practicing, going nice and easy at first, nice and slow, get your vibe down with the basic skills, hand motions, and how close or how far you need to be with the clippers. And it's obviously weird when you're trying to cut behind your head and hold the other mirror in front, so it's just a couple different things to get used to, but just go nice and easy. I'm gonna go down to the next blade again, 1/2-inch clip. And at some points I'll just move a little faster because once I kind of see where I want to go with it, I'll pick up the pace. And the one thing is that I've found, if you know you're gonna be fading certain areas, you don't want to press hard the whole time. If you do ease up as you go upward, just makes it a lot easier to fade it. And it's not to say that you couldn't fade it even if you were pressing hard, it just, you're giving yourself a tighter area to make that gradient, that fade. Just press lighter as you go up. It's for easier manipulation later. That's what I found. Now I've rinsed out my hair. I see how it's falling, so what I'm going to do is just cut the top a little bit. I don't necessarily want it this long. I'll just snip it about here. Clear my eyes. I'm gonna go back to the number 1 just to see if it's gonna catch anything else like around here. So now I'm just trying to catch these hairs that are on the perimeter before hitting the very top, and I'll push them down. If they don't get caught, push the hairs onto the blade. It's just more of a feel thing. There's no specific way I'm doing it. It's just to catch. If I see the hairs that look longer than I want, I'll just grab those hairs with the comb and push it in there. Hopefully you can see that. All this up here, I'm definitely gonna cut it shorter, starting just a little bit to see where it's gonna fall. This part becomes harder when you don't have a second mirror that's attached to the wall, because you have to use both hands to hold the hair up. If you can get a mirror like these accordion mirrors that you attach to a wall, I think IKEA has them. They swivel, you can pull them, you can raise them up and down a little bit. I used to have one, I don't have one here, but they make it really easy when you're trying to do 2 things with your hands, and then you can just position the mirror to get the tougher angles. So definitely I go very easy on this and keep the cuts very short because I can't tell exactly what it's gonna look like or how close it is to my head since I can't see back there. Go back with the number 1. I had to change out the hard drive for the recording. Got a coffee. It's good. So the length is good here. It's been on probably about half an hour since I cut the tape before. So the hair is dried out and fallen in place. My hair is a little bit curly, so this is kind of like the look it would be even when I put some stuff in it. The one that I'll be using at the end is this L'Oreal Txt It 2. I like it a lot. I'm just gonna kind of cut this right here. Let's see. Just clean this up right here, then I'll just start shortening this out of here. Oh, let me just cut these a little bit more. I'm just gonna shorten this up down here now. The lowest I had gone to was 1/2, so try that one more time. Not pressing too hard, just enough that the blade is touching my scalp. And you'll see me grab my face like that, kind of. It's kind of like when you're shaving, you're just keeping the skin taut when you're moving the clipper. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It's just whatever I feel at that moment. I always wish I had a third hand to hold the ear down, but I don't. You just gotta make it work. Now is when I move to the blades. Now this is Andis ceramic 3.5 size, 9.5 millimeter. These ceramic blades are awesome because they don't get hot, and this clip is a 000, which on like anything you buy at CVS or Target or whatever, like the $50 ones, they come with this one that doesn't come off. When you're changing the plastic clips on it, this thing just gets hot. Like it burns your skin after a while. For that reason, I bought the ceramic one. Like they are a little bit more money. They don't burn you. They're very comfortable. They stay warm to your scalp. Highly recommend it. All the size that I have are ceramic. Just for that reason, it's totally worth it. All right, so in any case, I'm gonna switch to now the 3.5, which I forget if this is shorter than. It's gotta be shorter than the 1/2 inch. Just look at the thickness, the fattest part and the fattest part of this. So this is definitely a little bit thinner. That's what I want right now, just to go a little bit shorter. Now I'm pressing very light with this because I don't want hard edge there at all. I just want to see where this is gonna get me. And you see how I'm just pulling off of the face. I'm not even pressing all the way in here. I'm just pressing ever so gently because I don't really want to cut too much on the sides just yet. Here I'm pressing a little bit more because I know my sideburns I want them thinner. I want them really faded. So now I'm just gonna lift as I go up. I'm lifting, and I'm actually letting this part sometimes just rest on the head as I'm going up. You can see how it lifts it away. I lift it away from the hair. If you do it too much, then you just don't cut anything. So it's just a fine balance. The ear's always a little tricky because you gotta get that guy out of the way. I could probably just really get all this going deep with the way I press, which is okay. So about this point, I'm gonna start lifting. Maybe even sooner, but I'm just kind of feeling it. So about here, I feel like I'm gonna lift away. Pulling away, just like on the other side. This part, I want it nice and thin as possible with this size. So it's okay to press here, then just lift it away. And if it matters to anyone, this is kind of like the general grip that I have. It's almost like holding a giant pencil. My 2 fingers are underneath and my other 2 fingers are over top and thumb is wrapped around. I find that really comfortable, and I don't think I ever do this. When I was first doing this and cutting some of my friends' hair, I guess I kind of would use this grip, but even still, I feel like this gives me the most control for pressure on the scalp. You can push, pull it away. This one, it kind of just feels like if you're just trying to do a quick, like all one level, then yeah, you can do it like this, but this just gives you more refined control over how much I'm cutting. Definitely learn to use both hands because to wrap yourself around, there's no way you're gonna get the other side like that, so you want to just be able to flip back and forth. Anyway. I'm gonna go back actually to the 1/2 inch, get this area right here shorter, so let me see what this does. Okay, yeah, so this is cutting it, so you know what? Let's go even higher. 3/4 again. Just trying to get right here. Pressing lightly. And like hardly even touching my head at this point. I'm actually also listening to the sound because you'll be able to hear, if you can't see it, you can also hear when the blade is cutting the hair, so it kind of tells you how much hair you're cutting. It's very soft when it's just cutting a little bit, and obviously when it's cutting more hair, you're going to really hear it a lot louder. So just using all your senses. Cutting more right there because I'm pushing in a little bit more. I think that's what I want. So let's try that on this side. Right now I'm just trying to really refine the way this is falling just before I go to the shorter fading area, just because that's what I feel like doing right now. Sometimes I'll just go start cutting this right now, but it just depends. Never get too stuck in one area. The look you're going for is all working together, and if you like try to really work on this one little spot here, definitely I've made mistakes in the past where it's just like, oh, the fade on this side, I'm just like, wow, that looks awesome, and then I'm like, oh geez, I gotta do the other side to match this side. It's just a pain. If you're working on somebody else's head, you can kind of just do this like back and forth, and you can match them up a lot quicker than when you're doing it on yourself and you're just gonna kind of do this left to right. Pay attention to the detail, but being aware of how the overall look is at the same time, I find it very helpful for a nice balanced look. Balanced for whatever type of balance you're going for. Like nothing really extreme is happening here. It's not asymmetrical look or anything like that. All right, so let's go to, I was on the 3.5. The larger one's actually 3 3/4. I'm gonna put the 3 3/4 on. I should have done that before the 3.5. It won't really cut it all at this point, but I don't have to worry that it's gonna catch anything up here because I already cut it a little bit shorter. So this is just to see if there's any strays right now. Like I said, always keep checking both sides. Sometimes I'll work like this, and then work all my way back. Maybe I'll go like from here to here, and go to here to here. It just depends. Yeah, so it's not really cutting much, but I like to do this just to see if it catches any strays. I can see it visually, and if it does, I can hear it as well. I definitely heard it catching some stuff right around there, which is good. Want to get that. I'm pressing really lightly with these blades, like once I get down to the metal blades, because they are definitely gonna start chopping some chunks away in spots you don't want. Not so much with the plastic blades or the combs, but definitely these metal ones are gonna get the hair. You might notice it's getting darker in here. Sun is going down. In a perfect world, I would have a lot more light in here right now, but it's just gotta work with what you have. The more light, the better, of course, though. All right, you know what? Let's just go down to the shorter one just to get the fade going on this area here. We were on the 3.5, so going to go down to 2 now. Like I said, these are all the ceramic blades from Andis. This is the regular metal, this is the ceramic. Keeps it nice and cool on the scalp. Let's go. All right, so I'm just pressing very gently because this is getting closer to the shortest point that I really wanted at. Just pulling away right about there. Pulling away as soon as I'm above the ear. I'm not even really pressing it down at all. My grip kind of switched here. I'm actually 4 fingers on top, like a little flute or a recorder. So put the 4 on top. This gives you a lot of control, for sure. And I'm resting my palm on my scalp doing this kind of. Okay, so this is the point that I'm at this point, and I like it. Looks a little dark right there. Let's see if I can get this right now. Just down here, I'm gonna fade it a little bit more, shorter than this. Let's go lower. That was the number 2, so we're gonna go to 1.5. All right, now that it's starting to look like I want it to, I'm just gonna try to move a little bit faster. And always keeping in my mind that I'm trying to fade this, that I want this to be very smooth transition, so I'm never really pressing hard. And the longer your strokes are with the motion, you're gonna have, I find, like a more gradual fade. Just keep that in mind. If you're trying to go for a harder edge look, then you can do short strokes. Alright, so this is the progress at this point. Just do a full view. Ta-da. As see the fade starting to develop. I'm going to go back to the larger plastic combs. I want to get this done right here before finishing off the lower part. Just gonna go all the way back to the 3/4. Just trying to clean up all the overhang, like little areas I see overhanging. I don't want that really. Ow. I stuck myself with the comb. These are not gonna cut you, but if you hit your ear or something, it feels like hitting yourself with a fork. Don't do that. All right. Alaka Allah, Dumb and Dumber reference. Hey, I'm back. As you can see, it's nighttime behind me. I had to dump the video file. This is where I left off. So the haircut is pretty much looking the way I'm going for. I just need to refine it at this point. Finish the fade. Clean up the back and finish some trimming on the top. Here we go. I'm gonna start working on really getting the fade down here to look nice. I'm gonna go back to the biggest metal clip, so back to 3 3/4 size. And I'm gonna go very broad with these strokes because now I'm really ready to finish the fade. Because everything it's kind of in place, but this is the delicate part. I really want to get this area up here, so I'm gonna go back to the 1-inch comb, see if I can get rid of this that I'm seeing right there. All right. Let's go back to doing the fade. So I was at the 3 3/4 clip. Now I'm gonna go to the 3 1/2. Can't see if I put a fluorescent light here. Normally I have some tungsten bulbs, but the shot was too dark, so this is actually really good. If you have a fluorescent light, you can just throw above when you're doing this. It makes a world of difference. It gets rid of some shadows, so you can get a clearer picture where you're cutting, especially like when it's nighttime like this. So let's continue. So just gonna go down to the next size, 3 1/2 to number 2. Most part, it's never really about how much you're cutting, like did you cut off a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch. It's really just whatever you're cutting, how is it looking? So always just pay attention to the overall effect. Like I'm trying to look really close to see what I'm cutting, but then I kind of step back to see, okay, from back here with the light, does the gradient look proper? Does the fade look proper? Does it look good enough for me? All right, so far so good. So let's continue. Back to the 1 1/2 now. Here we go. Now I'm gonna get very long stroke with these. I want the fade to be as seamless as possible. Pressing very lightly. Pressing very, very lightly. You want to keep that fluid motion going. You don't really want to stop. going to go to 1A, slightly larger than the number 1. Gonna go down to the number 1. This is just around the ears really, and down this area. I'm gonna rinse off again just to see what I've missed, finish it up, and it should all be completed in this next segment, so be right back. Okay, so here's where I'm at right now. Overall, I like it. I just need to refine it. I'm gonna cut the video at this point because I don't have enough room to record it all in one shot. So I'll be back in a few minutes with the final haircut. Stay tuned. Alrighty, all done with the cutting. Let me do the once around. Okay, so what I did was basically from around here downward, I did a 1, and then from here down, it was a mixture of 1 and the 0A, which is smaller than a 1. Then I used the 0, or the 000, just to catch the edges around here, and that's it. I'm going to wash up one more time, put some product in my hair to give you the final result. So let's see how that looks. All right, so this is the final version. I put a little product in the hair just to tame it, and let me give you the once around. That's it. So I hope this video helped to eliminate some fears about cutting your own hair, because it's really no big deal. It's just about practice. And if you cut your hair like once, twice a month, you're gonna get better at it. So if you have any questions, hit me up on YouTube, leave your comments, please subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Persyst signing off. Peace.